Good morning. So this week is Shabbos Rish Chodesh, and the Haftarah is about the new Shamayim and the new Aretz, the new heavens and the new earth that Hashem will create. So it says, just like I'm making a new heaven and new earth, so too Ken Yamoid, so too arise Arachem V'Shimchem, your children and your name. And this comes in continuation to Hashemayim Kisi V'Aretz Hadoim Ragli, that Hashemayim, the Shemayim, the heavens which God speaks about, is Kisi, my chair. V'Aretz Hadoim Ragli, and the land is like my footstool. So we have to understand what is going on. Does the Eibishter actually have a foot? Does the Eibishter actually have a chair? He does not have any form of a body and doesn't have a body also. So the Shalach HaKodesh asks a question. He does not have the form of a body, and he does not have a body. It should have said just the opposite. Body and then form of a body. You first start with the body and then you deal with the form. So the Tzemach Tzedek explains that why does it start off with the mus? Because it goes from lower to higher. The mus represents, which is only a form, that represents Olam Biyah, or the worlds of Biyah, the lower worlds. And Guf represents Atzilus. And Hashem is higher than all of them. And we know that how did the Eibishter create the world? There had to be what's it called again? There had to be that the infinite light should be removed from the world, put on the side, and there was open space at that time. And then you had to contract the light. You couldn't have the same light of when the world was created, when it was the infinite light until it came down here. And the same way is in everything. Hashem created the world with Chachma Vatzilus, and the whole purpose why Chachma Vatzilus was created should come down into this world, because the main thing is Ma'aseh B'Poel in this world. So therefore, how does it come down? It comes through a Mimutza, intermediate. So too, there had to be Ein Sof before. And the reason why there had to be Ein Sof before, because you would have to have a Pesicha Sinor. You have to open up the way. So in order that we should be able to draw this infinite light, which was in the beginning of the creation, it filled the whole world. How do we draw it down? Through our Avodah. It's our Avodah that draws it down. But that is the Psichas HaTzinor. Because we can say, let the world be created just from the Kav and finish, right here in Saf. Because that's the opening. Just like we see that Avraham Avinu opened up the way for Mesirus Nefesh, giving up your life to God. He opened it up, and we know that on Rosh Hashanah we ask, and also by davening every day we remember the Akedah of Yitzchak, that he gave over his son for an Akedah, for a korban, even though Hashem did not tell him exactly to do it, to bring him as a sacrifice, but just to bring him up as a korban. So we can ask that at first glance, how do we have this thing over here? You know what we went through in the time of Golus was much harder. Was really much harder to overcome than bring Yitzchak as Nekeda. But there had to be the Psichas Hatzinor of Avram, and that made it much lighter for us. So that's the idea. In order to create the world, you had to have the Isarusa Delayla. But when we do our Avodah in this world, we draw down the which is way before the Isarusa Delayla. Because the whole purpose should be down here. And that's why we say that even Atzilus, which Atzilus comes from Lashon of the expression of close, that it's close to God, Eitzel. That is like a siyah to Hashem. And that also needed a tzimtzum for that. And that's our avodah. That we have to draw down this thing into the world. And that's what it says, Ki kasher hashamayim achadasha ve'eretz achadasha. So the way the Eibusha created the world, there's nothing new. We created Sheshus Mei Breishis in 6 days of creation, and everything comes down normal. Where is the Chidush? Where is this new thing is when he makes a newer world. And just like the world becomes new, so too your children become new. And that is the Chidush. The Chidush is not that we have a world. The Chidush is that we'll have a new world. And that is through our Avodah. What Zarachem? Zarachem is Shimchem. Zarachem is Torah and Mitzvahs. No, Hashemayim Kisi, that's Torah. Va'aretz Adem Ragli is Torah and Mitzvahs. And that's how we accomplish Adira B'Tachtenim, through Torah and Mitzvahs. Hashemayim is Torah, and Eretz is Mitzvahs. The mitzvahs we do, the Yidden and the mitzvahs they do. And Kenyam is Zarachem is Shimchem. Zarachem is Torah and mitzvahs, and Shimchem is on Mesiris Nefesh. So by doing our Avodah and Torah and mitzvahs, that will be our Avodah, that our input to draw down the Likus. And together with that, by us doing mitzvahs down here in this world, we draw down the highest levels. The Hashemayim HaChadosh Me'etz HaChadosha. When Mashiach comes of the Pnimius of Atik, the inner level of Atik, what is Atik? Something which is Netak, separated from the world. That will be revealed when Mashiach comes. But now also we have a revelation of the higher than the world also. But it's more Behelim. So Be'ez Hashem, by learning this Torah, the Torah, Hashemayim Chadosh Me'etz HaChadosha, and Ken Yam Ezerachem Shimchem, by learning it, and just like when it says, it will come out in fruitful in the fullest revelation, and that's the same idea that whoever learns Torah about the Beis HaMikdash, it says as long as people are learning the Torah, the Beis HaMikdash was never destroyed. So Be'ez Hashem, by us doing Torah and mitzvahs, will come to the Gula Amitis V'Hashlema imminently right now. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever.